What's going on, everyone? Today we are taking a look at the Asahom Permanent Outdoor Lights Pro.
As the name implies, these are permanent outdoor LED lights that are installed once and left up on your house all year round.
All right, so taking a look inside the box, you have your user manual, a remote control, adhesion promoters, some extra adhesive, and then a little ruler to help you with installation. Some screws if you want to install them with screws instead, but every light does have adhesive on the back of it, so you can install them that way as well. You have your power brick, which also has another controller on it. And then last but not least, you have all your lights. As you can see, they are divided. So if you wanted to install, say, 75 feet instead of 100, you can do that as well. So inside the box, you have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 5 different sections. So this is 100 feet, so they're 20 feet each. So again, if you wanted to install 60 feet, 40 feet, 80 feet, you can do that by just not attaching certain sections. And then they also include 2 extension wires inside the box as well. 2 of them were actually stuck together. So as you can see, there's actually 6 different sets. So again, lots of flexibility to get the proper length that you want if you don't need a full 100 feet.
All right, so getting these installed is a fairly easy process. It is a bit tedious, I will say that, because you have to install every single light one by one. But you have to keep in mind, this is something that you'll do once and never again. With regular Christmas lights, you hang them up during the winter. 2 months later, you got to take them back down, repeat every single year. But with this one, you just install it once, and for the next 10 plus years, they'll always be there ready to go when you need them. Before I move on with the rest of the video, I just want to show you, it is pretty bright out right now, but even though there's this much light out, you can still see all of the lights very well. These are definitely very, very bright LEDs. They look like this right now, but as soon as it's dark out, these are eye-scorching bright. Honestly, it's very unlikely I'm ever gonna have these at 100% because it just lights up this whole entire area so much. So these are definitely very high quality LEDs. All right, so the first thing you want to do before you get on a ladder or figure out how you're going to install these is grab all the connections and hook them all together and make sure that everything works. These sections are all 16.4 feet, so depending if you have a 50-foot set, 100-foot, or 150-foot set, you'll have a different amount of connections. But get all the connections you have, hook the whole string together, turn it on, make sure everything's working properly, and then once you see it's working properly, that's when you can move on to figuring out where to install them. So in my case, I installed it all along the back of my house and then my whole entire driveway. I didn't do the front of my house because the front of my house is kind of a weird shape and it's much higher. I'm not gonna be able to do that by myself. I think in total, this was about 70 feet, something like that. So even if you buy a 100-foot set, you don't have to use the whole entire 100 foot. As I said earlier, they do come in sections, so you can just hook up the amount you need and not have to worry about extra wire hanging off. So I have all of mine installed right here under the gutters. Ideally, you want to install these between 2 and 4 inches away from the wall. If you have it further, it's going to make more of a wash effect. And if you have it closer, that's where it's going to emphasize that little cone shape more. I wanted it a little brighter against the house, so I put it at the 2-inch mark. And to make things easier, inside the box, they do include this little ruler. So right here is 2 inches. So I just stuck that up there like that, looked at where the 2-inch line was, and then stuck the line and just kept moving along like that until I went all the way and I was done with the whole set. Backtracking for a second, before you install, make sure the whole entire surface is as clean as possible. After that, you want to wipe it down with these. These come inside the box. I'm not sure how many there were, maybe about 30, 40 packets. But basically open up and it's a little tiny wipe. And you want to wipe down all the area that the lights are going to stick. In my case, I got up on the ladder and wiped maybe a section about 3 or 4 lights, which is all I could reach. Then I stuck up the lights, moved the ladder, wiped it down, and kept doing that. And I have to say, do not skip this step. When you put this on there in combination with the really strong adhesive that the lights have, these really grab and aren't gonna go anywhere. How do I know? Well, let me tell you a little story of a mistake that I made. So me and my wife actually got up here, installed every single one of these. I tested it out, like I said, made sure it all worked, everything was good. But the problem is there is a start to the light strand and a finish to the light strand. In my case, my outlet is over here, and the light was supposed to finish over there. One of the sides has a male plug and one has a female plug. I accidentally wired it up wrong and the side that's supposed to plug in the control box ended up way over there, which I don't have any outlet over there. Try to figure out what I can do. In the end, the easiest thing was to just take it all down and reinstall it all back up. The parts that I didn't use this, I skipped over a few little sections. Those came off much easier. But where I did use this, oh my God, that adhesive did not come off. I really had to pull on it, maybe 20-30 pounds of pressure. And it was just a very tedious process taking that all down. So realistically, this is gonna be up there forever. There's no chance this adhesive is gonna fail. If it does, most likely it's gonna be the paint from the gutter or some other problem. But when it comes to just the adhesive by itself, that is definitely gonna hold. Hopefully you can see this. Okay, so in between the wire, you can see right here, you have a little clip. It does include some of those. I'm not sure the exact places you're supposed to put them, but I basically put one clip after every 2 lights, about there. And then, as I said earlier, there is a bunch of different segments. So I put one clip on each side of the connecting segment just to hold up that little connector spot. And yeah, everything seems to hold very, very well. So in my case, I actually ended up with 2 extra strands, which I'll have as backups, or maybe I'll put some more along the back of the house. As you can see, I have my own adhesive on there because the ones that I had, as I said earlier, I had to peel them all off and take it off my house. So I had to cut and apply my own. But I just wanted to show you the connectors. So this side with the cap, this is the side that goes away from the power brick. So this part goes toward the power brick, this side goes away, and then when you're done with the installation, that's when you'll put this cap on to keep it sealed and waterproof, and then this part screws in the other side. So definitely learn from my mistake and make sure this side with the little twist cap is facing toward the power adapter. All right, so it's getting a little bit darker out. Not fully dark yet, but as you can see, it's starting to look a little brighter. And I don't think this is at 100%. I think I had this about 80%, something like that. As the name implies, these are permanent outdoor lights. So these are meant to be installed and left up all year round. And these are designed to work year round in temperatures from -4 Fahrenheit all the way up to 113 degrees Fahrenheit. So like I said, I had to take everything down. I just got everything reinstalled. So I haven't had the chance to wire manage all of this yet. But right here we have the power brick, and then you also have your controller module. I apologize for the noise. Right here where my outlet is at, this is where my air conditioner is at, so you might hear it flapping around in the background. But one thing I really like is both the power adapter and the controller are IP67 waterproof. Most others are IP65, or some aren't even waterproof at all. I have some other lights where the power adapter wasn't waterproof, so I had to buy a box like this and keep all the stuff in there so it doesn't get wet and keep it protected. But with this, you can actually mount it outdoors and not have to worry about anything. So definitely like that a lot. And if you want the information on the power adapter, here it is here. As you can see, this is a 36-volt adapter that puts out 2.5 amps. So while I'm here, let me go ahead and show you the few different ways you can control these lights. First off, you have the integrated controller that's inline on the wire. On this, you have your power button / reset button, and then one of these changes the brightness and then the other changes the color. In the app, you can also reassign what these buttons do. So if you don't want one for brightness, maybe you want it to change from color to white or set a different mode, whatever you want. There's a bunch of different options you can do from the app, which I'll show you in a little bit. And then you also have a remote that you can change everything on as well. So as you can see, you got dimmer, color temperature, a few other options there as well. I haven't really used the remote yet, but definitely handy. You could just look out from your window, direct it at the box, and go ahead and change it that way. And then last but not least, you can also control it from the app. I'll show you that in a little bit once it gets darker out, so we can kind of see the full effect of what the lights have. While there's still some sun out, I wanted to show you this is a real 5-in-1 LED module. Sometimes lights have one LED and a separate LED, but this is all inside one module. And this is RGB CW, meaning it has RGB plus a tunable white. So it has cool white and warm white. The white is tunable from 2700K all the way up to 6500K. So not only can you use these for colorful decorations, but you can also use it as an accent light to light up your house, or like in my case, your driveway as well. So if you're gonna get permanent outdoor lights, I definitely recommend going with the RGB CW like these, as it just allows you to use them more casually instead of just gimmicky colors the whole entire time. All right, so now that the sun went down, this is what the lights look like. I had to turn the exposure way down on my phone just so it wasn't blowing everything out. And right now I only have this at about 45%. I don't want to put it all the way at 100% because then it's going to be shining into my neighbor's windows. But realistically, I'm probably going to have it somewhere around there all the time, which is about 4 or 5%. That's a good accent light. And right now I have it set on this cool white color. So right here, 22%, 45%, 65%, 85%, and right there is a full 100%. Let me go ahead and put my exposure normal. And this is pretty much what it looks like in person. As you can see, way too bright. It looks like a storefront window. Definitely don't want it to be that bright. So let me go ahead and turn this down for the rest of the video, just so you can see it, but again, not have it blinding into my neighbor's window. All right, went ahead and changed the color to green right now. As you can see, very vivid looking colors. This is an RGB AI LED strip. So this has 16 million colors, and it not only changes like it does right now, but the lights can also change individually with multiple colors at the same time to make a much more better effect. I'll show you that shortly as soon as I dive into the app. Looking at some of the specs, these LEDs are rated to last 50,000 hours and go up to 90 lumens per LED. Like I just said, definitely very bright. Unless it's Halloween or Christmas Day and you're really trying to draw attention to your house, most likely you're never going to have it at 100%, unless, like I said, you're just trying to be super bright and be seen from many blocks away. All right, so taking a look at the app is Smart Life. Then you just want to click on the lights, and right here you have all the different options you can choose from. As I said earlier, you can individually change the color of each LED module. You have brightness. You can change it by certain dots, or you can change by sections as well. And then you have color and different white colors. As I said earlier, this has tunable white. So right here is at the yellowest that it can go. And here is the whitest, more cool blue that the LEDs can go. And then, as I said earlier, you have a bunch of basic colors. You can cycle through those. But if you're going to waste the money on these lights, you definitely want to go with the animations. So in this app, you have 100 different presets. You have festival, natural, life, emotion. I guess those are different categories. Kind of difficult to show the app and the house at the same time, but I'm going to do what I can. So right here, this is Christmas. As you can see, definitely very cool looking. Kind of reminds me of the movie Nightmare Before Christmas. It looks a little washed out on camera. Let me turn down my exposure even more so you can see what it looks like. Let me get a little closer. Maybe this will help. But in person, this is a very vivid green, vivid red, vivid yellow, all just very vivid colors. So right here, this is Halloween B. Halloween A. Halloween C. And you can just see how vivid this color is. It's lighting up the whole entire area into whatever color this has up here. Halloween D. Christmas. Christmas B. I definitely like that one. Looks like classic Christmas lights, but more vivid and a lot brighter. Christmas tree. And then you have this one, sled. This really shows off what I told you, how they're individually accessible. So this is the sled preset. As you can see, the color just scrolls along, and it's a very smooth movement. As you can see, there's no jittering. It's not skipping or anything like that. It just looks very fluid, which overall just lends to the high quality and cool look they have. You have Easter, St. Patrick's Day, Independence Day, so very patriotic if you want to go that route. Canada Day, Super Bowl, and coming down here, let's go into the natural presets. So right here we have sunrise, sunset, sunset glow, moonlight, quiet, happy, enthusiastic, and they just keep going on and on. As you can see, so many different categories. And if you want to take things a little further, you can go into DIY, and this is where you can make your own presets. So you have a bunch of different things you can do here, how you want the light to react, the speed, and your colors and brightness. So maybe it's your kid's graduation or something that color coordinates, you go ahead and design the house to fit perfectly for that occasion. Definitely very cool, but honestly, I don't think I'll be using that. I'll most likely just stick to regular colors or the built-in presets. So basic colors right here, pattern, animations where we just did. And then last but not least, this has music mode. So you have a few different modes you can choose from with music. So right here up top, you have device or phone. So music sync from this device mic. And then the other one, music sync from the phone mic. So you have different color effects. This dynamic mode. Right now I have it on phone mic. So right now I'm talking into my phone. And right now, as you see, the color is reacting to my voice. It's late right now, so I don't want to play any music. As you can see, if I stay quiet, it stops moving, and then when I start talking, it starts blinking again. So basically, if you had music going dum 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 dum, it's just gonna follow along with it and turn your house into a giant clubhouse. So definitely a very cool thing to play with there, especially on Halloween and Christmas time. You can have some Christmas music going or Halloween music, and your house is just gonna blink along and go right along with the music and make it look way better than just a regular simple light. Last but not least, this is a Wi-Fi based app, so you can be anywhere across the world and still be able to control your lights. And this is compatible with Google and Alexa as well, so you can use your voice to turn it on and off, adjust brightness, and change the color as well. Overall, this is definitely a great set of permanent outdoor LED lights. They're very bright, there's a lot of different molds, and they're also very affordable as well. So overall, if you happen to be shopping for outdoor LED lights, I would highly recommend the ones I have here, which again are the Asahom Permanent Outdoor Lights Pro. If you would like more information, I'll also put the link to these in the description as well. All right, well, that about wraps up this video. As usual, if you have any questions at all, feel free to drop me a comment and let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.